map is what's called the UGA, the Urban Growth Area. And they said inside of these boxes is where land development can happen in the future. The state pushed this to everyone, and then the counties enact this. The problem is they just did a report and they said there's more than enough land inside of them based on what we want for density and population growth, which is absolutely 100% incorrect. All of these need to be expanded, but what they're doing is they're forcing density. So they're forcing the townhomes to be 3 stories. They're forcing apartments to come out of the ground. They're forcing the mixed use to come out of the ground. Because just on the other side of Highway 9 right there, everything is 5-acre zoning. And then everything on this side of Highway 9 is the city of Marysville's UGA. And they tighten everything up inside of that when there's a ton of land right there. But they're saving the land for future use. And they want rural land to only represent about 3 to 4% of future growth. Okay? So one thing is really certain. Acreage properties over the next 10 years are going to be so expensive, it's not even funny. Okay? Number one.
Killing my dreams over here.
What?
Killing my dreams over
No,
here.
no. We're gonna go make more money. You're
Move
gonna
out to
buy-
Camino with me, you'll be fine.
Yeah, no, hold on, Courtney. We're gonna make money. We're gonna keep the house you have. We're gonna buy another house. And then we're gonna buy another house. And then we're gonna take one of these houses, we're gonna sell it, and we're gonna go buy a big chunk of acreage. Very doable.
Okay,
In
fine.
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Dude, I don't even care.
No, but it is very doable. You have to create a plan like that, though. And guys, Mike Appleby said upstairs, he's like, what's our best 401k? It's called real estate. So if we go purchase real estate, we can get ahead of the game. You can find better deals than anyone else because you guys know how to hunt for it. But what's happening, Lisa, is so outside of these, you've got rural areas, which they're trying to really limit the growth in the rural area now. And then you're getting forced density to happen inside, which is going to just naturally lead to more condos and more townhomes. That's why Ashton said we have to make sure that we're getting very familiar with that. And then we have to change some of our mindset because I was raised by boomers. And, you know, I'm the last of Gen X. And so I'm like the line straddler, which means I grew up with these boomers, but I can operate a phone. Like I understand technology.
Zennials.
So yeah, you're just kind of in the middle,
Yeah.
right? And the American dream that generation passed down was a 3 to a 4 bedroom rambler that was 12 to 1,500 square feet on a lot with a Chevy or a Ford in the driveway. I mean, just pretty simple. I mean, just it was, okay? That was that post coming out of World War II. And we did a lot to, you know, help our economy and financing change at that moment. Then we started building the great indoors. Now the great indoors is becoming unaffordable. So you're going to see houses get small again. You're going to see a product hit the market. So there's a development over there off of 100th. It's by the elementary school right there. It's right across from the elementary school. And there's like 52 houses. All of 52
That's
of those. Green Acres.
No.
Not Green Acres.
No, it's not Green. Green Acres. is
Right.
no-
You talking
Right
about
across
the
from
red
Cascade
and black
School?
ones? Right there by the.
Like you're
Yes.
driving down 100th, you just passed
Yeah.
the church, the school, you're headed east, you take your next left. There's
Yep.
52 homes in there.
Yep.
They were all built in the 50s and the 60s, but every single one of those homes is only 600 to 1,000 square feet.
Yeah.
And they're detached single family. They're all really small lots.
Yeah.
Okay? I think you're not going to see the detached single family, but you're going to see smaller home products being built to make them affordable. That's what's coming.
By affordable, you mean $2,500 a month.
Well, and being able to
I mean,
afford,
$3,000 a month.
Ricky, being able to where the numbers work out,
Yeah,
to where you'll be able to afford to build them,
yeah.
to bring them in at an affordable cost. Where's DB Johnson when you need him?
So,
Baby Jones lock
the, one of the other things they mentioned,
up.
Ricky, and this really applies to you, in 2024 or 2026, I can't remember, the first of the new Navy frigates show up here,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and each one of those boats holds 428 people, and there's 12 of them coming
428 people on the boat,
on the boat.
plus their families.
Boom.
3
Plus the
to
support, plus the support
Yeah.
that keeps them running
3 to
on
5
shore.
people per family.
Yeah,
So they said there's anywhere between 10 to 20,000 people over the next kind of 10-year run coming just for the Navy.
12 ships?
And that's,
12.
that's also not including the shipyard that
Yeah.
they're going to have to man to maintenance them, because that was the
Yeah.
whole purpose of taking the carrier out of here.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That makes sense.
Yep, so they bought all of that area where they used to have the logging stuff, whatever, the sawmill.
Yep.
And that's going to be the shipyard, because currently they have to transport everyone
To San Diego?
to Bremerton.
Bremerton.
Every time one of the ships has to go into the yard, so they have to contract either to Todd Shipyard in Seattle or Bremerton Shipyard, for those boats, so they wanna put a shipyard right there to work on the small boys, so they don't have to bus everyone or
Wow.
pay multiple BAHs for that area.
So here's just and we'll end with this. Short term, we're gonna go through a little bit of a hiccup. You're gonna see a little bit of a downturn. Long term, and they just literally confirmed it again, I'll make sure I get you guys a copy of the slides. Long term, this area is gonna just go bananas. Navy, they talked again, we've already talked about it, all that stuff that's coming in Smoky Point.
Amazon,
Yeah,
that's demographics being done right there.
They said over the next, over the next 30 years in the Seattle Metro, we're gonna bring in another 1.8 million people.
What?
And we're gonna bring 250,000 of them into Snohomish County in the next like 10 years.
Granite Falls is gonna be popping.
They're gonna have 3 budgets.
Granted,
No, back off my budget.
but I absolutely 100% agree.
Dude, yeah, it's crazy.
Grand Falls is gonna be popping.
Monroe, Salton,
Monroe.
Gold
Salton,
Bar,
Salton.
yeah.
There are 500 more units coming right now off the Salton Basin Road. So you know as you leave Highway 2 where the old sawmill was and they put that stoplight in, you can take a left and go up the hill. There's 500 more units coming in there.
Can you imagine when we see the Arborton community of Mount Loop Highway?
Yeah, no, it's coming. Off of Cathcart Way, Cathcart and Highway 9, DR and Pack Ridge, which is DR, are putting in 1,500 units right behind that high school right there.
Wow.
Yeah, so there are some more things coming, but short-term real estate's gonna go through a minor hiccup. Who cares? Doesn't matter if it drops 5%, 10%. It's already appreciated double digits this year. So if it appreciated, it literally appreciated 20% already this year. Let's just say 10% of that went away. That's still 10% appreciation. Average appreciation is like 5%. That's still double. Crazy. He pulled up another stat. From 1990, the median price in Snohomish County was $147,000. And the median price last month was $850 something.
I bought a new construction home in Marysville in 2002 for $155,000.
Oh my gosh.
In what year?
2002, brand new. On a 6,600 square foot
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
I sold a house in Texas last month for $25,000.
Yeah, what's the point?
Here's just the moral of the story. Long term, this area is up, 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 and our method of zoning regulation and long-term planning is gonna continue that. And interest rates are gonna go up for a moment in time, and then they'll probably come back down. Another great thing he said was, he said, hey, we need to change our narrative, and we've already mentioned this, but I wanna reiterate it. You can look at a 5-1 arm or a 7-1 arm. The average person only lives in their home 7 to 8 years anyway. So the odds of you moving are high, and hitting lower interest rates and being able to refinance are also super high. We don't have to just get a 30-year fixed mortgage every time, okay? That's been something that was beat into us by the boomers. This is just how this happened. The 30-year fixed mortgage was created post-World War II. Everybody got one. Then they told their kids, go get one. If you buy a home in Canada, you refi every 5 years no matter what. Have to. They don't have a 30-year mortgage. It's amortized over a longer time period, but every 5 years it comes due.
As someone who started during the COVID season,
Oh, yes.
for whatever deal we had, it was always just a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. That's what we thought because that was the best deal on the to provide to the consumer, right? So the where am I going with this? So ARMS is not necessarily a new thing. It's already been there. It's just we haven't used it this past couple of years, right?
You haven't used that tool for the past few years because there just seemed to be no need to.
That's what it
Rates
was.
were so low.
Because rates were so low. And so they also weren't giving you much of a break. So the 30-year fix was like 3.25, and like the 7-1 arm was like 3. So that it just didn't justify it.
As rates go up on the 30, you're gonna start, they're gonna start, the banks make money by loaning money.
Yes.
When interest rates go up on a 30-year, which is the most popular kind of mortgage, they're gonna start directing their marketing towards alternative loan products. And that's all a loan is to a bank, is a product.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And so they're gonna start looking again at the ARMs.
Yeah.
And 15-year really has been a great deal. If people was able to finance into a 15-year mortgage the last 5 or 6 years, they
So
should.
I get, and I mentioned this before, it's called Mortgage News Daily. You can just go sign up for their email. And I delete a lot of them. But here's one from 7 days ago. So 7 days ago, the 30-year fixed was pricing out at 5.4. And the 5-1 arm was 4.6 on the same day. Okay, so you saved almost a full percentage point by just getting a 5-1. Freddie Mac on that day was offering a 5-1 arm at 3.96.
What is this called?
It's called Mortgage News Daily, and there's an app on Android or iPhone. I've never bothered to download the app, to be really blunt. I just signed up for their newsletter 7,000 years ago, and it just emails me.
But you know, if you're working with a lender that's on the ball, like I believe you were involved with somebody the other day, let's say they got some resources who are coming in with a major down, you can buy the rate down
You can buy the rate down.
and still get a great deal. And 5% is not, you're not,
That's one thing that he said too, is he said, hey, we're looking at interest rates over the last like 4 years, and we're thinking that's the norm. And he showed a 30-year graph of interest rates, and you see the late 70s and it go like a Mount Everest, and then you see it just decay. And then right at the bottom there's one little bloop up. I mean, it's just like this little bloop. And so interest rates, just because humans, our minds are short, we have short memories. We think about today like it's going to be the same way forever. You know, in our mind it should be 3. No, interest rates should actually be like 6.5.
yeah. I paid 10 on a house.
My first house in 2003, I paid 6.5.
Yeah.
Can I close this out with a brain buster?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, first question for you is, how big would you say this portion of this office is? How many square feet?
This side,
Yeah, just right here, this room.
this room,
Yep,
I was like, this portion.
600 square feet.
600 square foot. People that keep saying that this market is not sustainable, right, and why they don't want to buy real estate and how the market's going to crash. San Francisco has been saying that for decades.
100%.
Right now, you go online, you can Google this, a 397 square foot studio apartment goes for $1775 to $1975 a month. A 3-bedroom apartment, 3-bed, 2-bath for 1,155 square foot goes from $41.95 to $44.95 a month. And it's been that way for decades.
Yes,
It
100%.
100% is sustainable.
Yes,
They keep making more people.
yes.
Because
Amen.
they're living so close.
Okay, anything else, guys?
If you do a HELOC, do you refinance and get a new rate?
No, because they stack it on as a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like someone wants something.
Yeah, stupid little fucker. He thinks he's so smart.
She
Anyway,
almost
it's my friend.
said
He
something
knows the real
bad,
estate
but
market
she
because
said
his dad's a
fricker.
real estate agent and he's almost done passing his test.
He's cool.
That's all.
You could take out a HELOC and wipe out your first mortgage with the HELOC.
Oh no, never would do that.
Okay, but generally speaking, most of the time what it is, a HELOC is a second mortgage.
Ooh, what if it's okay, but his property's paid off?
Then it'd be a first, you're absolutely correct,
Okay.
because it'd be the only mortgage.
Yeah.
So remember, and you'll go through this on your test, first in recording, or first in lien is first in right.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's the acronym. Whenever something's recorded, that's what sits right at the top. So yes, in that case, if it was paid off, it would be a first mortgage.
Okay. And so it'd be current rates, yeah.
Excuse me?
So they'd be getting current rates, current,
No, they float.
oh, cause HELOCs aren't locked in.
Okay, some
Why do you call it HELOC then?
home
kidding.
equity line of credit.
I know.
But, okay, hold on, since we're talking about a complex subject. HELOCs sometimes also have, when you can pull out at a fixed rate, or you can pull out at the variable rate. So in today's market, with interest rates rising, my HELOC that I've used is all variable, so it's gonna continue to go up. But in a rising rate situation, you would pull it out at the fixed rate. The fixed is higher than the float.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but in the near future, they're gonna go up, so.
They're gonna go up, so I pulled out at the fixed rate. And what happens is every time you pull it, so like you go into BDCU, you press a button, and it says, would you like the fixed or the float? You hit the fixed, and it tells you what the rate's gonna be, and it locks it at that rate when it hands it over to you. Cool, that's it, thanks guys.
Bye.
He,
So